Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon, not here with Geeky Sparkles. I'm going to talk about Roseanne minus Roseanne, which is the Connors. Do you remember the Connors? Yeah, they were bringing Roseanne back, and people were happy about that. And then she made an ill-conceived tweet. They got rid of her during the height of the cancel culture era. And she's been very, very vocal about her mistreatment from Disney and ABC. They're finally putting the show out of its misery. They renamed it The Connors without her, so they killed her character off on the show. But now, because the show is ending, they're going to have a touching finale where they eulogize her after they killed her off. Yeah, and she is really not happy with the people behind the show, with her co-stars. The audience hates it. Look at this. Audience rating summary, 2.5 stars. People hate the Connors. Now, I don't know how it's doing in terms of ratings, but I have no interest in watching Roseanne minus Roseanne. But yeah, this is just adding insult to injury. Let's sit around and eulogize the actress responsible for this show after we unceremoniously dump her from it. So before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. This comes from People Magazine, ironically. The Connors ends on an emotional note. How the family honored Roseanne in the series finale. The Connors gathered at the gravestone of Roseanne. Did they piss on it? Did they piss on her grave? As they shared updates on their lives with the late matriarch on the final episode of the sitcom. Warning, this contains spoilers. Spoilers, Roseanne's dead. We killed her because of politics. After 7 seasons, the Connors say goodbye with the emotional tribute to Roseanne. The 2-part finale of the ABC sitcom concludes on April 23rd with Dan Connor, who died in the first show, right? Like, I guess if he can come back, if Dan can come back, Roseanne can come back at some point. Preparing for his deposition for the lawsuit involving the manufacture of the drugs that led to Roseanne's accidental opioid overdose. Oh my God. And then it's wild because she tweeted what she tweeted because she was on something, but I don't think it was was it a prescription drug? I don't remember the whole story, but it was like, anybody else in Hollywood could have gotten away with it, but because they don't like her politics, they ousted her from her own show. And now they're going to eulogize her. All right. Anyway, he admits the only thing I'm really nervous about is what happens when the lawyer starts to badmouth Roseanne. I've got a long history of punching people in the mouth for that. What the hell? Are you effing kidding me? You dump her from her own show. Her co-stars, some of them have badmouthed her, right? And now they're like, oh, we're going to eulogize her and pay tribute to her. And oh my God. The deposition, Dan was pressed by the attorneys about Roseanne's addictive personality, history of overeating and drug use before they suggested Dan didn't want to take responsibility for what happens. The patriarch was outraged by the allegation, angrily responds, if you're saying what I think you're saying, that might be the last thing you say, you son of a bitch. I told her she could overdose. I warned her about tweeting. After the lawyers argued it couldn't be the company's fault since Roseanne knew she was doing something potentially deadly, Dan had had enough and fought back, saying it was the fault of the company. She kept taking those pills because she had tell her that they'd change how her brain worked and turn her into an addict, turn her into a serial tweeter. You don't care about how many families you've destroyed. The only thing you care about is money. But even if I took every penny you had, it wouldn't be enough because you took the love of my life and you killed her. Yes, ABC. Yeah, what the hell? The same as you put a gun to her head. The only difference is you handed her the gun and told her it wasn't loaded. Dan was elated when he found out the drug company was sending him a check after the deposition, deciding the family should meet at the cemetery and open it together. Oh my God, this sounds awful. This sounds awful. Dan was ready to celebrate the family's sudden good fortune at the cemetery, saying this is a great day for the family. Sometimes people like us think you don't get a silver lining, but if you keep on pushing, sometimes you do. However, he was in for a surprise when he opened the envelope and found a letter from the lawyer in which they denied responsibility for Roseanne's death and offered him a $700 check as a tribute to your unwavering commitment to your beloved wife. Oh my God. We always wondered how much a Connor's life is worth. Now we know. $700. He said before the family broke down in laughter and he decided to put the money to good use and order food to the house. Before leaving the cemetery, Becky Connor Which one? Spoke to her mom at the gravestone saying, "Hey, mom, I'm still sober. Can you believe it? And my psychology degree is paying off. I got an incredible job. Oh, and I met a great guy, a little needy, but great." Darlene told her late mother she was doing what I thought you would do for the family, adding, "It's not fair that you were here for the hard part and you didn't get to see that. Things turned out okay. Hey, for us, not for regular people." Yeah, so my understanding, again, this is from what little I've gathered, because I'm not really keeping up with the Roseanne Barr drama, but Sarah Gilbert was a big reason why she got ousted from the show. They wanted to keep doing this, and she like pushed for her to get ousted. That was my understanding. So that's really shit. God, what shit? Jackie showed off her police uniform. "I'm really happy now." "Oh, you didn't think that was possible, but I figured it out. I have no idea where our mother is. I miss you." Dan said, "Well, Rosie, we always said if we have kids still alive at the end of the day, we did our job. I think we'd get better than that. I still can't believe you're not here." I can't believe you're not here, Rosie. If only you hadn't overdosed on Twitter and kept your mouth shut. Jeez. Oh my God. This is crazy. This is insane. Wow. Going through all this reminds me that no matter how much crap life throws us, according to Dan, all we got to do is look around, because if we hang together, nothing can stop us. And they say goodbye. What a bunch of shit after they fired her from the show. So the comments are not good. Comments are like, "I'm so glad I saw the show last night. Sad to see it." And yeah, seems hypocritical they would pay homage to Roseanne after what they did to her. That's Hollywood. Gonna miss the Connors. I'm really gonna miss the show. Well, some people liked it. Roseanne was the show. Then and now, her presence never left. Bravo, Roseanne. That's the star. Most upvotes. Roseanne Barr created all these people's careers, and they turned around, stabbed her in the back for a paycheck. Actors are truly the lowest form of life, looking out for only profit and ego. Ain't that the truth? And they're talking about, her racist tweet. If memory serves, Roseanne made comments the higher-ups didn't like. The show was going to be dropped. Yes, but Sarah Gilbert asked producers to at least finish the season because there were people behind the scenes with families to support who'd lose their jobs. They agreed. Well, actually, the story from, if I recall correctly, from Roseanne was Sarah Gilbert wanted to be in charge. And, she said, I guess, right? Turns out the show still had legs. I agree, Roseanne was terrific. Connor family faced the same problems regular Americans face, blah, 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 blah. It's really disingenuous of them to be like, "Oh my God, Rosie, we miss you so much. If only you could be here. If only you could be here." It's like, come on. But apparently she is planning a comeback. Again, according to people, a silly series based on a family that saves America with guns in the Bible. So there we go, guys. She has become more and more outspoken over the last couple of years after what happened to her. And she saw how the machine actually works. And she was royalty. I mean, for years, she was royalty. Roseanne was one of the top rated shows on TV. And the reboot, I guess it's not reboot, I guess the continuation of Roseanne actually did really well when it came back. And then that tweet, like, again, it's the same situation with Gina Carano, where if it had been somebody else, right, like Rachel Zegler, and they'd said stuff like that, they wouldn't have gotten fired, but she totally got fired off her own show. And then they just like kick dirt in her face, and then they go to her grave and eulogize her. I'd be pissed. I'd be absolutely livid. I'm sure she is. I'm sure she's going to have something to say about it. She's got her own podcast now, but yeah, so her new show, she said, it's silly and out there. It's going to contain offensive ideas and a lot of swearing. I live with my daughter and her husband. There's 6 children on a farm. They have goats running through their house and stuff. It's based on my life as a farmer in Hawaii. They save America with guns, the Bible, petty crime, and alcoholism. It's kind of like the Coen Brothers thing. So yeah, we're talking what, like Raising Arizona? See, I like Coen Brothers movies. I do. Okay. Yeah, in 2018, ABC fired Roseanne Barr from Roseanne after she likened former President Barack Obama's advisor Valerie Jarrett to an ape, and has since deleted tweets. Since then, she's claimed she didn't know Jarrett was black, and she was on. Oh, okay, it was Ambien. So they're suing the drug. Oh my God. So there we go, guys. This is gonna be really interesting to see what happens. But yeah, I think a lot of people. I mean, look, you can like the Connor. I don't give a crap. I watched the first couple episodes. when they brought Roseanne back. And I'm gonna be honest, I think it's weird when they bring a show back after like a 20-year hiatus. Like, we ended the show, but now we need more money, so now we're gonna bring it back again. And that's what this is all about. At the end of the day, it was all about paycheck for the actors, you know. But to kick her off her own show and then eulogize her like this is insane. And the way they killed her off too is really insane, given why she was terminated. So I'm gonna wrap it up. Please subscribe. We'll talk later.